You have seen them being discriminated in your churches. You have seen them being rejected in your families. You have seen them being sent away from schools and from clinics and from hospitals because they are gay. And you think you don't need to have any contact with these people because you think they are dirty, they are inferior, they are sinners, and you, being straight, you are better than them. Tonight, I'll talk about the parable of the Good Samaritan, which many of you have heard from your Christian religion. To do good to others without knowing them and without expecting much from them. My name is Kato Mukasa, a Ugandan lawyer, an activist, and a human rights defender, doing this job for the last 15 years, defending the rights of the minorities, including albinos, homosexuals, prostitutes, children, women, and the elderly in Uganda and by extension in Africa. Today, I'll talk about homosexuality and the need to be good to one another, the need to be a good Samaritan to those that grow different from us, those that love different from us, those that are unique, those that are gay in our communities. The Good Samaritan is a good story from your Bible. Even when I'm not a Christian or religious, being an atheist, I know that something good can come from the Bible. The story of a Good Samaritan is a good allegorical story that we can learn from. A man is found sick, and one person among the many helps this person to be better. When you see a homosexual in your society, in your school, in your hospital, in your law firm, wherever you are, in your village, how do you react? How do you treat them? Especially when you know that they are homosexuals. Do you discriminate them? Do you kill them? Do you report them to police? Do you send them away from their jobs? Or you tolerate them, or you love them, or you welcome them because you are one people, one humanity? Here is a story briefly told by Reverend Kelvin Hodworth, the provost of the Glasgow Church, one of the best churches in Glasgow, a church that accommodates gay people and straight, black and white, and all people because we are one race. We have seen it from the most very Reverend Kelvin Hodworth. What else do you want to hear when a man of God talks about love and means love? It's a church where you find all people being happy as one congregation. It's a church that respects diversity, binary gender, and everyone feels welcome in this church. It's a church ministered by both the straight and gay people. It's a church that you can call a rainbow congregation here in Glasgow. We can learn something from this church. We can learn to be humane and love back. We can learn to trust that in love we can have back the Ubuntu. We as people, Africans, everywhere we are supposed to be humane. Why do we discriminate each other? Why do we kill those who don't believe in stuff we believe in? Why do we discriminate those who love differently? Why do we discriminate women, children, and the elderly? Why do we hate each other along religious differences, along tribal differences? This is a clarion call for unity. Can you be a good Samaritan today? Yes, you can. I'm going to use the example of this very unique church in Glasgow. In this church, both gay and straight church leaders conduct the sermon. The father, the priest, the reverend, honorable priest, and gay people and straight people, black and white and brown and yellow people. Everyone feels welcome in this church. This church does not discriminate. This church allows ladies to lead because they are all people before God. As an atheist, I find this Glasgow church exemplary beautiful because it's all inclusive for everyone, despite of their skin color, despite of their background, despite of their gender identity. This church, led by the very Reverend Calvin Holdsworth, is a church that welcomes people from different backgrounds, a congregation of diverse people. It talks about same-sex couples being given a chance to marry under the rainbow family. It talks about diversity and gives the example of a Good Samaritan, a story of a gay man helping others cope with challenges, a story of gay people doing good for humanity, a story of gay people being able to attend church but also lead in such a church. This church in Glasgow, Scotland, is a church of love. This church is unique. No racial differences, no sexual differences, no biases in this church. You will not find tribalism, sexism, clanism in this church. Everyone is unique but united. It's a church that honors diversity. It's a church that can allow a gay man to lead prayers. It's a church that truly represents the full human race. It's a church that makes an atheist like me believe that church can be a voice for good. You can be good when you have a good people to congregate with. You can be a good Samaritan too. You can join a church that makes you feel loved, regardless of your belief or non-belief. The church in Glasgow is a church that exemplifies love without bounds.